Hello friends, how are you all? This is Lakshya Road and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to discuss about the basic Docker commands which you should know before attending any interview on DevOps interview, or if there is any Docker interview, then these are the basic commands you should know at least. So let's get started. So first of all, let's discuss Docker. Let me give you a brief explanation of Docker. So Docker is just basically a containerization platform which is used to containerize your applications. Your applications run in isolated containers. Okay, all the configuration, all the dependencies of the application is containerized. Like this is our host operating system, host OS. This is the host OS. Okay, then in Docker we have different containers. These containers are isolated from each other, and applications, binaries, configuration files, libraries, all are contained within this container, and they run in an isolated environment. And these containers are very lightweight as compared to virtual machines. They share the host operating system only. They don't have their guest operating system. Like in virtual machines we have host operating system, we have guest operating system. On top of that, virtual machines run. While in Docker the case is completely different. So these are lightweight. These share the host operating system only. They share the kernel of the host operating system only. They don't have their own kernel. So this is like and one more thing, like Docker are basically they have very less boot time. They are lightweight and easy to start and stop as compared to virtual machines, where some time is taken while starting and rebooting the machine, or to stop a virtual machine. And virtual machines are basically large in size, containers are very small in size. So Docker has many advantage over virtual machines, so that's why many companies are preferring to use Docker. So basic commands you should know. First is to check Docker version. We can use Docker hyphen version. See, it will show up the Docker version. My Docker version is 19.23.12 and the build number it will show. This is the first command, Docker version. If you type simply Docker, you will get a list of commands. See, lot of commands are there. In case you are not getting the meaning of any particular command, you can simply type Docker and you can read these content. Push command, push an image to a registry, pull an image to a registry, load an image from a tar archive or a steady standard input, history, show the history of an image. So many commands are there. You can study from here also. But uh, let's study the commands as well as do some basic implementation. Docker version I showed you already. CLS command. Docker images. It will list up all the images which are present in your system, in your local system. Like in my system, I have an Nginx image. Tag is latest. So every image in Docker is assigned a tag. Tag is just used to identify an image. Just like in Azure, we have tags for different resources, for different resource groups, for subscription levels we have tags. Similarly in Docker we have tags for images. So if you type Docker images, it will list all the images which are present in your system. So various parameters will be tag. It will list the image tag, repository. It will list the image ID, when it was created, what is the size of the image. So if you want to find out the list of available image, you can use image Docker images. We can use Docker pull command, Docker pull alpine. What it will do, it will pull the alpine is basically an image. It will pull the image named alpine from Docker hub. See, as you can see from the message, pulling from library alpine pull complete, downloaded newer image for alpine latest. So it has downloaded the alpine image from Docker hub. Docker images. See, now we have alpine image. Now we have alpine image. Tag is again the latest. Image ID is different, created 4 months ago. 4 months ago means it is when it was created in Docker Hub, when it was placed in Docker Hub, that is the time it is showing here, and the size of the image. So this is a Docker image. So most of you will be wondering who are new to Docker, what is Docker image? So Docker image is nothing but you can consider as a blueprint which is required to run your container. So as I told you, container concept. So how is this container running? How is this container launched? It is with the help of image. So image is basically providing a blueprint, or you can say a template. When we will run this template, we will get this container. So this is called an image. Image is basically the parent of a container. Now let's talk about how to create a container. To check the containers, we can use docker ps command. To check the running containers, we can use docker ps. It will show up all the running containers. See, these are the running containers we have. Container IDs, image nginx. It means all these containers are run from this nginx image only. Nginx is the parent of all these containers. From one image you can launch multiple containers. Keep a note of this. And when it was created, this container was created 20 hours ago, 21 hours ago. Status is up. These are running containers, ports, names of the container. If you type docker ps-a, it will show up all the containers running as well as exited containers. The containers which are stopped, they will also be shown, like this container exited one, it is also being shown. Okay, so docker ps-a is the command to list all the containers. Docker ps will list only the running containers. Docker ps-a will run all the containers running as well as stopped containers. Now let us discuss about, see, we have the docker image Alpine. So let's start a container using Alpine image. Docker run is the command to run a container. -it, it means interactive mode, and from I'm giving my container a name, Lakshay container, and the name of the image from which you want to launch the container. Docker run to run your container. IT stands for interactive mode. Name of the container, if you skip this name of the container, then also it will run. And Alpine is the name of the image from which we want to run this container. Oh my god, let me open it again. Docker ps see, docker ps Alpine, this container is up which I just ran. Let me show you again. Docker images, I have an Alpine image. Okay, when I type docker ps, it will show me only the running containers. See, this container, the above one, first one, is running from this image, Alpine image. It is created 19 hours ago, and up, it is up since 51 seconds. It is being run since 51 seconds, and the name of the container, Lakshay container, I gave the name if you remember. So this is the container we have launched from this image, docker images. This is how we launch the containers. Now one more thing, how to enter, how to log into this container Lakshay container. For that we have command docker exec -interactive and the container ID. You can use container name also, and bash. Docker exec -it interactive container ID bash. I think I missed something. Type docker exec -interactive and the container name and I want bash terminal. It is actually showing some error. I don't know what is error with executable file. So I have another containers also, demo trip 00, demo 000 demo. Let's log into one of these containers. Docker exec hyphen interactive, name of the container. Let's log into demo 000 and enter bash terminal. It is, yeah, we are logged into this container. We have logged in. I don't know what is the issue with that Lakshya container. It is showing some executable file path issue. Okay, so we can do whatever we want in this container. Since we have logged into this container, we can do whatever we want. It is nginx based container. We can type ls, see different files are there. We can go to user directory, change directory to user, type ls. You can see different files are there. Go to share, change directory to share, again type ls. Okay, so whatever you want you can do by logging into the container. Let's go to which file we can show you. Nginx is there or not? Nginx is there. Again type ls, html file is there, change directory to html, index.html, cat index.html. Okay, we have entered the index.html file in this docker container. Since it is nginx based container, so index.html file will be there. So this is the index.html file. So I just wanted to show you how you can log into a container and what commands you can run. Just like you run commands in any Linux virtual machine, Windows virtual machine, similarly you can do that in Docker container. And apart from that, Docker images covered, Docker container, how to enter a container. Okay, now let's discuss how to remove a container. First let me clear out the screen. Docker ps-a will show up all the containers running as well as stopped. How to remove a container? Docker container rm and container id. It will give me an error. Docker container rm cannot remove a running container. I need to stop this container. So what I'm trying to say is that if a container is in running state, you cannot stop it, you cannot remove it, sorry, you need to stop it and then only you can remove that container. Docker container stop and the container id, it will stop the container. It has stopped the container. Now I can remove that container. Docker container rm. Now when you type docker ps-a, that container is not listed. Lakshya container is removed. Okay, and we have one more alternative in case we don't want to stop the container and we want to remove it forcefully. We have command for that, docker container rm. See, now I am removing this demo container, demo 0000, second container, as you all can see in the list. Second container I am removing in one command only, though it is running. Use -f. It will remove this container which is in running state. Forcefully it will remove. That's why I used -f. Now type docker ps-a. That container is removed. Docker 0000 container, demo 0000 container is removed. So this is how we can remove a container. And docker container rm. Let's remove all these containers. Copy paste the id, container id. Copy paste. These are up, so I need to use -f. let's remove it step by step only, because -f is also required. So this is how you can remove a container forcefully using -f parameter. Now let's come to Docker images. How to remove Docker image? To remove any Docker image, same thing, Docker image rm and the image id. Docker image rm. Unable to delete, it is being used by running container, so press -f, it will remove this. Image is being used by running container. Okay, let me stop the container. Docker container stop. Now remove that image, Docker image rm. Which image? Yeah, this nginx image. Because in being okay, let's use -f. Unable to delete, cannot be forced, image is being used by running container. First let us remove that container, docker yes -a. Let's remove these containers, docker container rm and the container id. It is up, so I'm using -f, it will directly remove. Docker container rm, container id, -f. It will remove this, and third one we are also removing that. Last one we are also removing that. Let us now type docker ps-a. No container is running, no container is stopped, all containers are removed. Docker images. Now remove this docker image rm, image id. Now it is removed. Docker image rm, next image id. All the images have been removed. Docker images, so no images are there, no container is there. So till now we have discussed pretty good commands and basic commands about Docker. So Docker has many other commands also. It is a very vast concept. Like in real time we usually use these commands only, and we make use of pipelines to containerize our applications and then deploying it to the target environments, deploying it to production UAT. So main reason of using Docker is it will remove the dependencies. Like let's suppose we are developing an application in our local system, okay, and what is the guarantee that that same application will run on different production environment? Because in our local system we have different configurations, different libraries, dependencies, while in production things will be different. So Docker removes this dependency. You are basically packaging the application in form of containers, and that container you will be running on other environments. Other environment can be any other cloud also, it can be any other server, any other computer. So this is the main application of Docker, and it's lightweight, they are easy to start up, boot up time is very less. That's why companies are now preferring to use Docker containers. So yeah, that's it guys for this video, and if you have any doubt you can comment in the comment section, and I will create a separate video on Docker. mm, like what is the architecture of Docker, how Docker works, how applications can be uh, containerized. So all these things I will cover in later videos. So till then, that's it. Okay guys, thank you, bye bye, take care, happy learning.